Yes. So again, we see, many other people have joined in. So I'll greet again. So very good morning to all of you. Thank you so much for being here and, participating in this webinar, which is going to be very informative. So the topic here we have for today is how to use Python for data analysis. All right. So we will have one of our mentor who is an expert. Let me just throw some light on her experience and her learning journey. So she's completed her bachelor's in field of computer science and was a topper in the department with proficiency award. And also during her college, she was very active in participating in coding events and project presentations across the college. She have a rich experience of 4 years in Caresoft Global Private Limited, where she was also known as the best developer and the most integral person in the team. She got continuous recognition there, rewards and promotions. I mean, all I want to put across here is that she is one of the best when it comes to, data science and machine learning. So she have hands-on experience in machine learning and AI, and have done highly noticeable work in this area. Right. So she have managed a team, with more than, strength of 5 to 7 members, exceeding that strength. And, she's worked on various languages like Python, Flask, Django, databases, MVVM, Angular JS. So she carry a rich experience. Her name is Vinotani. She will be taking this session today. So Vinotani, over to you. Welcome to Unikaksha's webinar today. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you, Ruby.
Also, Veda, we are just asking the participants to put down all the questions in Q&A so that either me, we can pick it up during the session. So guys, feel free to put down questions in the chat or, in the Q&A so that we can go ahead and answer your question real time. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So I welcome everyone to this particular webinar, and I really appreciate you showing interest in this particular session. So of course, I hope everyone knew what is the topic of this day, how to use Python for data analysis, right? So let's get started with that. And by using this particular session, you can able to understand what is data analysis and how Python is using and how that is going to help in your career. Okay, so that is what we are going to see in this entire session. So these are the agenda of this day. And in first of all, you will see what is data analysis and what is Python used for data analysis. And then we will be showing some demo how the Python is used for the data analysis and how the data analysts are using it entirely in the some of the business or in our corporate companies. Okay, so that is what we are going to see. And after that, we will be analyzing the opportunity and giving ideas to start your career path. Okay, that is what your the planned agenda. So let's get started to the introduction. Okay. So what is data analysis? So of course, everyone knew or learned or heard something about data analysis, right? So I will just give you a gist of what it is. Okay. So first of all, what is data analysis means? It is in process of collecting, transforming, organizing data, and making some prediction or some valuable output to grow the business. Okay, that is what the data analysis is. First of all, before entering into this, you wanted to have an idea of what is data analysis and what the company is working and how the data analyst will work in that particular company, what is their role, right? So that is what you want to make sure and you wanted to clear with that. Then only you can jump into this data analyst part, right? So first of all, just take a company. In that particular company, there will be plenty of data, right? So in that particular type, there will be many persons sitting on there like data scientist, data analyst, data architect, so data engineer. So there are plenty of persons will be sitting there. Okay, so first of all, data analyst, what they will do is they are the backbone of each and every department. For example, They are the backbone of data scientist or data engineer. So what data analyst will do is, this data analysis process is their core work, right? So what they will do, once they got any input from the customer, or if they got any input from the management or anything like that, what they will do is, first of all, they will collect that and they will analyze that particular part using many of the tools. Okay, so once the input is given to them, they will analyze that and they will just plan that to make a good output to the particular business. To enhance the business is the ultimate goal, right? So for enhancing that particular business, they will just use the analysis process to enhance their business. So that is what the entire work of that particular data analyst. Okay, so now we are going to see what is data analysis. So into this particular data analysis, this is the process what the data analyst is going to do. Okay, so there are 6 steps. Let's see one by one. So first of all, I said you right. So that is what the data requirement. Once the customer is giving you the data, what you will do, you will just get that particular data and then you want to ask few questions, right? So once something is handed to you, you need to ask few questions. If there is any questions or queries in with you, then only you can explain that to the particular other domains, like to the data scientist or to the data engineer or to the data architect. You can say like that. Okay, right? So first of all, you want to ask question to the customers once the data is handed to you. The second thing is preparing and collecting of data. Of course, after you have landed to that particular data, what you will do, you will just prepare that particular data to analyze something, right? So after that, you will be cleaning that data. Cleaning is something like all the data will never be in a structured format, right? So it will be like there will be some data will be missing, some data will be not there. So those kind of miscellaneous anomaly must be present, right? So in that particular part, you will be cleaning that particular data, and after that, you will be analyzing. This part is your core work, this analyzing. Okay, and after that you will share that particular thing in a visualization format or report or anything like that. You can show anything to the customer in a bar chart or their understandable manner. You can show it at any manner. Okay, and after that, finally you want to act and report. So that what is your final work, you will be handing over all those things to data scientist or any of the data engineer or data architect to proceed it further, right? So these are the basic step of the data analysis. Okay, so first of all, I will just give you the explanation of what is this process. Okay, first of all, ask, right? So what is that? Once the input is given with you, that is a business task or any of the business problem which is came from your stakeholders or customer. Okay, both are same. So if some person is giving you any project to your particular company, what they will do, they will just give you that particular inputs to you, and then they wanted something out of it, right? So let's assume some social media like Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. So in that particular case, if you are searching, okay, let's take Amazon and Instagram. What they will do, they are just having an advertisement kind of things, right? So what they will do, they will just give all the data. The Amazon will give all the data to Instagram, so that once you search or add few things in your cart in Amazon, what they will do, they will just pop that advertisement in the Instagram, right? So what does this process means? Let's take Amazon is coming to you as a data, you are a data analyst in a particular company. Amazon company is coming to you, and then they are handing over all your data. Okay, that is your problem statement 1. In particular thing, what you will do, you will get all those data and you will showcase in some other social medias whichever the user is seeing. Okay, so that will entirely come under recommendation system. Now you are analyzing. So now I'm just giving it for this particular example. Okay, then after that, once the data is given to you, what you will ask, what is the problem that being mentioned by the stakeholder? What is that problem? Let's take that particular example. What is that? Amazon. So each and every person is entering that particular Amazon website, adding few things in their cart, but they forget of their coming out of it. So that is what their problem. They want to retain the customer back, and they wanted that customer to buy that particular product added in that cart. That is what your problem statement. So you wanted to ask that problem that mentioned by the stakeholders. Okay. So then what is the second thing? What are their expectation for the solution? What is their expectation? They need to increase their customer, and then they want wanted everyone to buy their products in Amazon, right? So that is their problem statement. So this is the first thing you will be getting from the customer or a stakeholder as a data analyst. Okay, so then let's move to the next second. Okay, second thing is preparing, right? So after you asked a few questions to them, you will be asking that give your data so that I can collect that data and process something out of it. So that is what your second process is. In this particular part, that data can be any type. Okay, so single party, like their own party data can be there, or third party data. So any kind of data can be available. Okay, so what they will do means they will get all those data and then store it in somewhere. So if it is in very small amount of data, they can store that in a Excel or any of the Google Sheet or any of the spreadsheets they available. Okay, so they can store it in that manner, or else they can store it in any databases. I hope everyone is aware of what is database, right? So Oracle, Microsoft, or any of those particular thing, they will be storing that particular data. So this is the second process of that analyst. And then finally, the third thing is cleaning and processing. Once you collected that particular data and you throw everything in a database or in a Google Sheet or in an Excel, and after that, what you want to do, you want to clean that particular thing. You wanted to check, is that in a format, or is that any of the data are missing, like that you wanted to analyze, right? So in this particular thing, what you will do is you will check all the data in that particular thing, and you will check for the data types. Is the data type is correct? Just take an example. In that particular column, is everything is in an integer, or is everything in a string? So you will be checking all those things like to clean to and process that particular data. So that is what this particular part will do. And after that, what you will do is you will analyze that particular data. This is your core work, right? So how you will analyze, this is what the main core strength you will be doing, how you will analyze this particular thing. Here comes the programming language. That is what our topic is, right? So how Python is helping to analyze your data, right? So there are plenty of things available. What is that? Excel, Google Sheet, or any of the databases. But while you are using any of the programming language which have the highest ability to analyze the data, then that is going to be giving you many advantages, right? So that is why this programming language or any of the programming language which will be helping to analyze this particular data. Okay, so here what are the programming languages used for data analysis? That is R and Python. We can use both languages for the data analysis process. I will just explain why we are using this Python in the upcoming slides. Okay, so this is what you wanted to have an idea about analysis part. Okay, and what is sharing? This is the fifth step, and here what you will be doing is you got the data from the stakeholder or customer, and after that what you did, you collected that particular data and then you cleaned that particular data. Now what you wanted to do, you analyze that, and now based as a data analyst, you might have created some concept or idea about that particular data, right? So you will be getting an idea like, hey, we can just show this particular item in the Instagram by sending the API to that particular Instagram link, and then we can just show them, and from there if they click that, they can just directly enter to the Amazon. Like that you are having some idea. Just keep that in your mind. Okay, so then after that what happens, you will be sharing that particular thing to the customer or your higher officials or your manager. So if you have that in your mind, then it will never be implemented, right? You wanted to showcase something in the presentation or anything like that. You wanted to show something to them, right? So in that particular format, you can always use chart or graph or these kind of things. You can present them like, hey, manager, like I have created these, I have these data, and my idea is this. So if we are implementing this, 10% of the users using that particular social media can able to click that particular link and get back to their Amazon website. So this is their this is our strategy. This is the probability that they can come back or they cannot come back. So everything, prob and stat. So all these concepts you will be working on in the analysis part. Okay. So after that, finally you will be showing that particular thing in the to the customer or the managers, and then you will be getting the okay, or you will be getting the output, or you will be showing that particular thing, and you will be getting the input to process that. Okay, that is what you wanted to get, right? So you will be, after this sharing, you will be getting what you wanted. Okay, so and next phase, this is the final step, act and report. So you show that all thing and reports to the customer or manager, and after that what you did, the everything which should be reported correctly, and it should be submitted to the data scientist to process anything. See, as a data analyst, you will be analyzing everything, and you will gathering all the opportunities which you are having in that particular data, and you will be giving it to this data scientist. Okay, so what they will do, they will ask an ML engineer, or they will use something like deep learning or those techniques to implement that particular part. But as a data analyst, in data analysis part, you are the backbone of them. You are going to give an idea to their mind, right? So you only wanted to say that, hey, you do this, and this is what they will do. So if you do this, you will get the this kind of output. These kind of process will be done by only the data analyst. Okay, so these are the 6 steps each and every data analyst will follow in this process. Let's take whatever input or whatever problem statement comes to them in any company, they will follow this particular 6 steps to get the output. Okay, so let's have a poll time now.
Yes, guys. So we have the poll right on the screen. Find the odd one out of data analysis process. You have 4 options here. Prepare or collect data, clean and process, analyze, kick off. The answer would let us know who all were active and paying attention to, whether when she was training you on this. Let's just quickly see how many of us were seriously attentive in this session. You just have last few seconds to answer this question. All right. So I still can see the majority of them are paying attention, except for the few. Request to all of you to pay attention so that this session is really helpful for, it's worth the time that you have removed on a Saturday morning. Over to you, Veda.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next topics. So as a data analysis process, you saw the few steps about that, right? So now as a data analyst, what are your skills to be upgraded, or what is the skill set you needed to have a good profile as a data analyst? That is what we are going to see now. Okay, so what does that mean? Solid domain understanding. First of all, whatever company you are working, let's take an automotive company, or let's take an IT company, or an marine company, or an aeronautical company. So let's take any kind of domain. Okay, so each and every domain you should have that particular domain understanding, right? So why there is in an IT company, why there is a mechanical person sitting there and working for something related to mechanical? You have thought about that, right? So what is that purpose means? They will be having their domain knowledge highly in that mechanical department. And what they will do, they if they came as a data analyst, what they will do, they can just incorporate their mechanical or their domain skill to the particular thing, and then they can get the output. Okay, so that is what the domain understanding is. For each and everyone who is working in their particular domain should be well versed in their understanding of that particular domain. So that is what this basic understanding is. Of course, everyone knew in and each and every concept and each and every projects which you are given to you, you should really want to understand the basic gist of it, or what is the customer is expecting, and what is your manager is expecting, and what is the output, and what is the ROI of that particular thing. You want to analyze everything. As a data analyst, you are the decision maker there. Okay, so that is what the first step is. And after that, what is math and stat? You wanted to have a See, you wanted to have a strong concept and understanding in math and stat. Okay, so in as a data analyst, you wanted to analyze each and every data, right? So inside that, while you are analyzing that, you should have the understanding of what is math and statistics. So inside that mathematics, you wanted to understand what is probability, and what is the standard deviation of doing this particular thing, and statistics will be talking about all the variance and those kind of things, mean, median. So those kind of things you wanted to really have a basic understanding about that. Okay, so why you wanted to understand that means, while you are getting any data, you want to process that, right? So let's take in 20 or 30 kind of inputs are there. You wanted to just give a single output, and then it should be in that particular format, so that you can just take a median, or then you can just mean that particular value and then just give it out of it, or find the max value or min value, or find the variance, or find the standard deviation of that particular thing, and then you can show it, right? So these is the reason you wanted to learn math and stat. Okay, so you wanted to have basic understanding of all these problems to solve the classification, clustering problems, and each and everything which you wanted to learn. Okay, so third one is technical skill. Of course, you wanted to know the technical skill good, so that is what the programming language will come in. That is Python, SQL, or R, or any of the things which you wanted to learn. That will come under the tree of technical skills. Okay, and after that, what is soft skill? In that particular soft skill, it is something like you wanted to show that particular analysis skill, and you want to communicate that to the customer, right? So in that particular part, you wanted to show that by using, there are plenty of tools available. Okay, one is Tableau, ClickView, and ggplot. So there are plenty of tools available in online, so you can use that particular thing. Most of the many companies, as a data analyst, they will use Tableau and ClickView. Okay, so this is the important thing as a data analyst should have. Okay, so now we in this particular part, we saw what is data analysis and what is their process, and as a data analyst, what are your strengths to be improved. So those are all the things you saw, right? So now you wanted to understand this basic concept called structured data and unstructured data. Okay, so what is structured data means? It is like it's highly organized data. So for example, let's take a credit card number, or an address, or a gender, or stock information. So if that is in that particular format, you know, credit card number means it is in an integer, right? So it will never connect with any of the alphabets or any of the string values, right? So you can, if that is a structured data, you can get an understanding that it is having this kind of data type, or this particular thing is come under this particular data type. You can get some idea. Okay, so that is what the structured data is. And then in this structured data, you can always store that in any of the relational database. What is relational database? See, first of all, if you can store that particular thing in a relational database, then those kind of things are called MySQL and Oracle DB. So there are plenty of relational database available. So you can be storing in that particular thing. First of all, listen to this. Structured data, just map that to the relational database. That's it. Now unstructured data. Unstructured data is in no SQL. Okay, just this is the two difference between this type of data. So what is this unstructured data means? There is no predefined format. It will always have a plenty of inputs format. Okay, for example, it can be in an audio or a video, or in a social media format, or in a satellite imagery, or those kind of plenty of inputs type that can be available in this unstructured data. Okay, so first of all, what you wanted to have an understanding is structured data. You will know all the data types, and it is in an unstructured format. It is storing in an relational database. Second point, it is unstructured data. It will not in a predefined format. It can be having a plenty of input types, and then it will be storing in a NoSQL database. Okay, so there are plenty of NoSQL database. Those are called Cassandra, or there are plenty of NoSQL databases available. So you can learn MongoDB or Cassandra or Lakes, anything like that. You can, if you learn any one of that particular database languages, then that will be easier for you to handle. Okay, as a data analyst, you wanted to understand what is structured data and then unstructured data, and then how to store that and how to query that values. So that is what you wanted to keep it in your mind. Okay, so and finally, why Python used for data analysis? Here comes the important thing. Now you learned about what is data analysis, what a data analyst should have, and what is structured data and what is unstructured data. And now here comes the important thing. Why Python is used for data analysis? There are plenty of languages available, right? You might have heard C, C++, Java, JavaScript, or anything like that. You have heard about it. But why Python is standing at the very top layer? Because it is having the good ecosystem. That means a fantastic ecosystem of the data centric Python packages. What does that means? It is an open source. Okay, so what is open source? It is available in an for a free. Okay, Python is an open source language, and then it is available for free, and then you can always use that, and it is having a plenty of advantages into that. It is having plenty of libraries, inbuilt libraries. Sorry, see, first of all, why you are switching to this Python language? That means it is having a good packages, right? So what are all the packages this Python is having? That is called NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and EDA. Okay, these are all the important Python libraries which are going to help you as a data analyst. Okay, so for all the data analysis process, we saw in this process type, right? While analyzing or cleaning or while collecting those data, those all kind of things will be handled by this only one language called Python. Okay, so that's why we are sticking to this. Okay, now let's see a detailed explanation of what NumPy. Okay, so NumPy, what does NumPy means? It is a numerical Python. See, the abbreviation of this particular NumPy is numerical Python. And what this will help you is, if you are getting any data and you wanted to store that in an array and then want to process all those things, and you want to get an basic understanding of that particular numerical data, then that is called, that will be helped by the package called NumPy. Okay, and second thing is Pandas. Okay, so Pandas is one of the package that it will be helping you to input and analyze the data. Okay, so that is what this Pandas will do. And one more thing, it can also help for data and time series concept. Okay, I will explain what are all these things in the demonstration. So first of all, get the idea about what is NumPy, what is Pandas, and what is how this library is working. Okay, so and third thing is Matplotlib. Okay, so what is that? Matplotlib is easy to use. Okay, so what is this Matplotlib is? It is an visualization tool. Okay, in the fifth process, I show that what is the fifth process of data analysis? In that, we want to showcase something to our customer or manager, right? So for that particular part, you can use this Matplotlib library to show that particular thing in a visualization format, in a chart or scatter chart or histogram or in a line. You can show anything like that. Okay, so that is the basic concept of this Matplotlib. And finally, what is that is exploratory data analysis. Okay, this EDA concept is the important thing in this particular Python. It is the one of the best feature in this particular Python. So in this particular thing, once you are analyzing that particular data, and then you will be getting the visual techniques. Okay, so after this, you will be getting the detailed information of the statistical summary. Okay, first of all, you will be having the data you are processing, you are analyzing. Finally, what is the thing you wanted to get? You wanted to get some statistics, right? Some statistical summary of that particular data is the thing you wanted to have at end of the time, right? So in that particular thing, this EDA concept will help you to give the statistical summary, and it will also deal with all the miscellaneous things or anomaly which is present in that particular data, those kind of things like duplications or missing of data or any of the outliers present. So it will handle everything. Okay, so these are the important things why you are switching to this Python language for data analysis. Okay, so before entering to this particular domain or to this particular job or anything, you wanted to understand the baseline. What is data analysis? Why we are using this Python? These are all the basic concepts you wanted to understand. If you are clear with all these concepts, then you can just shine there. Okay, right? Now let's go for the poll time too.
Yes. So here we have another poll on the screen, right? So the question would be, what will you get from EDA? The options are NumPy, cost, statistical summary, none of the above. Right? You still have few seconds to answer this question. The question goes like, what will you get from EDA? It was just the recent topic that Veda just covered. I mean, just she was discussing the same thing here. So I hope everybody, got that thing. All right. Let us see if you all gets it correct. Okay. All right, so we have mixed answers. However, the correct answer is statistical summary. So 60% of us got that correct. Right, so Veda, we also have a question that was raised while you were taking this session. So if you wish to answer this right away, would you want to take it up now?
Yeah, we can take it in the Q&A session so that it will be in a structured format, right?
Surely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over to you, Veda, now.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, guys, now it is in demonstration process. Like, what is the main topic of this today's thing is, we wanted to understand or we want to teach something how the Python is helping in this data analysis part, right? So what does that means? By using this Jupyter, I will be explaining or showing something like how to use this NumPy and Pandas and then Matplotlib, okay? As a data analyst as in a process of data analysis, so they will be doing all these things. Okay, so let's get started there. Okay, I hope everyone can able to see my screen. See, this is a Jupyter notebook lab, and here we are just going to showcase how Python is helpful for the data analysis process. Okay, first of all, we are just going to use this first library called NumPy. Okay, first of all, this is the process of importing this particular NumPy. Okay, so here you just imported this particular thing, and after that what you are going to do is, I'm just going to create a there can be a plenty of data you can create. Okay, so okay, so these are the arrays I'm just going to create. So if you know something about NumPy and what is how to use that particular thing, or you have a basic understanding of what is Python language, then it will be easier for you to understand. Or there is always an Python thing which is available in our particular courses. You can contact them so that you can just learn those things. Okay, so what does this means? I'm just importing this particular numpy thing, and after that what I'm doing, I'm just creating the two arrays. Okay, so now you can process anything like this. Okay, see, you can just add those things, and then see, it's the simple process. By using this NumPy, you can always use the inbuilt features of this NumPy to just process all these data, to analyze all these data. Now, just imagine in a concept that you have this array or a concept of an Amazon's cart ID. Okay, just imagine in that manner, and then here it is they are they watching that particular Instagram or not. So if you wanted to process all these kind of things, this NumPy is having many n number of packages inbuilt, and then you can always use that for processing. Okay, so that is the thing which I wanted to explain. So there are plenty of operations available in this particular NumPy, and there are plenty of concepts available. So I'll just give you the gist of how to create an array or how to use this NumPy in any of the processes. Okay, of course everybody knew that there are plenty of operations, right? So what are all the operations which are present in this particular in you will be operating? Let's take an arithmetic operations. There are comparison, bitwise. There are plenty of operations you can do, right? So these are the basic things you wanted to understand before going to this. And there are plenty of operations. I will just explain it. There is a plenty of concept called aggregation, broadcasting. Okay, so these are all the basic things you wanted to this NumPy is having. Okay, so while we are going to talk about NumPy, it will take more than 2 days or 3 days to explain the entire packages of this particular NumPy. Okay, so as of now I'm just going to give you the gist how you are going to analyze these particular things. Okay, so now if you want to compare this particular thing, let's do here. See what is comparison. So if you want to compare that, let's take print a is you want to check that a is greater than or greater than 10 or not. So if you want to check that, it will say it in this manner. See what is that? This part is called comparison. If you want to compare any of these particular data, or if you want to check that is an if any value is equal to 0, if a is equal to 0, in this particular case also you can do. See, everything is false, there is no 0 available. So now let's change this particular thing. See, I'm just changing this value to 0, and now while we are processing this, see a is equal to 0. See here it is returning as true. So why this NumPy is helping means, while you are getting any kind of data, you want to check anything out of that, all the operations which are included in this particular NumPy library. Okay, that is the reason you wanted to use this particular libraries in Python languages. Okay, and what not you can check, like everything you can check, like a is not equal to 3, and you can check anything. A is less than or equal to 5. You can check anything here. So it will be just returning all these concepts here. Okay. So this will come under comparison. So here in arithmetic, you can also do subtraction, multiplication, anything you can do, right? So multiplication, and then floor division, and then ordinary division format, and then power, and then these all the things you can do. Okay, and log off, you can perform anything here. So each and every concept is available in this particular numpy package. Okay, based on your requirement and based on your working skill, or based on your thing, you can use anything out of this particular numpy. That is what I wanted to explain here. And one thing we can also explain something called bitwise. Okay, so you know what is bitwise, right? So what is bitwise means? It is a Boolean logic concept, or bitwise thing. So here it will be like bitwise, bitwise AND, bitwise OR, bitwise XOR, or right shift and left shift. Okay, so these all concepts can be done very easily by using this particular numpy package. Okay, so if you want to manually do this particular numpy, what you will do, guys, like it will be like in a very hard process, right? So first of all, let's take a is equal to 10. So if you want to find this particular in a bitwise concept, what you will do, you will first of all, you will just divide it by 2, and then you will save that remainder. See what is the remainder? It will be 0, and then what is the value now? It will be 5 again, and 5 is divided by 2, and then now remainder will be 1, and then finally you will have like remainder is 1, right? So now it is 2, then 2 is divided by 2, and then it is 0, and then it is 1 will be output, and 1 divided by 2, and the output is 1. So these are the steps to identify the bitwise concept of this particular value called a is equal to 10, right? So by using this inbuilt option like bitwise and or bitwise not, so if you want to find a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20, okay, in this particular, okay, b is equal to 4, in this particular thing, if you wanted to identify the bitwise concept, then you wanted to manually do all this, and then finally only you will be getting 1010. And for this particular thing, if you want to find the bitwise, you will follow this entire step in a one by one manner. Then only you will get the bitwise and bitwise operator of this particular 4. Then you will apply this bitwise and then bitwise OR and bitwise or XOR or right shifting or left shifting. Those kind of things you will be doing, right? So by using this particular numpy concept, it is having an inbuilt concept. Okay, so it is having an inbuilt option to perform all these bitwise operator. This is called bit twiddling. Okay, so I will just give it in here. So this concept is called bit twiddling. Okay, so you can also use this bit twiddling concept for by using this numpy package. And what is aggregation means? Aggregation is something like if you want to access or if you are going to manipulate the data. Okay, so in this particular concept, if you are going to manipulate any of the data, then you can be using this aggregation concept. Okay, so manipulation is something like if you want to select any of the data in some index or any of those concepts, you can always use this. There are plenty of concepts available here, finding the min or finding the max or sum of all the values. So these are the basic concepts you can learn or easily apply by using this numpy package. And now finally it is broadcasting. So what is broadcasting means? It is the thing while you wanted to apply any of the arithmetic problems, or if you want to apply any of the arithmetic rules, then I will just give you an example. Okay, just imagine that you are going to do some arithmetic operation here. Let's take an array. Okay, numpy array. In this particular concept, if you are having 1 2 3 and 4 and 5, okay, so and then okay, here in this particular case, if you are going to have, this is an one dimensional array, right? So this one is a one dimensional array, and here I will create it for 2-dimensional. Okay. So here, this is a 2-dimensional array. Okay. So in this particular case, if you want to perform the arithmetic operation, is it possible? No, right? So you cannot perform the addition operation or any of the arithmetic operation related to this. So now it comes in the broadcasting concept. Okay. So what is broadcasting means? There are plenty of rules available. There are, we can just list out 3 rules. Okay. So first of all, if this kind of inputs are given, see, this is in 1-dimensional and this is 2-dimensional. If you are having like this, you can always change any one of the value to 1-dimension or 2-dimension. You can always use that. Okay. So let's see. Let's take like this. And if you want to reshape this, you can also perform that. I will just explain that in the here. Okay. So here, so let's find the shape of this. Okay. What is this? A dot shape. See, what is this? This is the 1-dimensional array. So it is only showing that as a 1 and then the total number of values, that is 4. Here, see, the shape of B will be, it is a 2-dimensional array and then it is having the size of 2. Okay, 2 comma 2. So in this particular case, this broadcasting, we are talking about broadcasting, right? So in this broadcasting, if you wanted to perform or change any of the values that is available, right, in this rule, in this rule of broadcasting, you can change any one array to other array to match the dimension. Okay, that is what you wanted to do. That is the rule of this broadcasting. You can always do that. So now if you want to change this particular first 1D array to 2D array, you can always do. See, just you can give like, you can perform a reshaping thing. Okay, reshaping of array to convert 1D to 2D. Okay, you can always do that. So this is what you are going to perform, and let me do that. You are going to change it as 2-dimension comma 2. Okay, if you do that, it will print the value. Okay, see, finally this value is, this A is converted to 1 comma 1 2 and 3 comma 4. Okay, so this converted to particular thing here. So let's just converted A. Okay, so now if you want to print the shape of this CA, you can do that. Okay, see, now it is matching, right? So both the shapes are 2 and 2, so 2-dimension, and then you can easily perform the addition operation. That's it. That's what the total concept of broadcasting is. Okay, so now if you want to print a B plus CA, the changed one, you can do. Okay, see, it's beautifully creating the addition. See, here it created. Okay, that is what this concept of broadcasting is available. So why we are learning all these concept in this NumPy is, you wanted to understand how this NumPy is helping you to perform some operations. Okay, this is the concept of entire thing in NumPy. Okay, now I will just explain it for pandas. Okay, I'm just going to give you the basic example of it. You can import pandas as pd, and then Okay, in this pandas, this is an another package. Okay, so this is an another Python package. So why we are going to use this pandas means it is going to have an manipulation and many of the operations you can perform out of this pandas. Okay, so if you are having an thing called the Python, and then you are going to have many of the operations you wanted to perform, then you can easily use this particular thing to identify. Okay, so this is what we wanted to know. So I will just create one list. So we are just creating a list here, and then if you want to change that to a data frame, then you can do it. See, why you are using this particular pandas means it will be working as a concept of data frame. Okay, it will just automatically give you the concept of the giving the index, and also many kind of things you can easily process. For example, if you are taking as a CSV format as the input, or if you are going to get the Excel format as the input, then it will be easily processed. Okay, so that kind of thing only you are going to use pandas. There are plenty of operations you can use in this particular panda concept. Okay? So there are one more thing available. We can also use matplotlib, right? So we can use the matplotlib now. Okay, guys, let's see, like it's a matplotlib. Okay, so if you just import that particular matplotlib and then you are just creating a plot out of it, and after that you want to show that particular thing, this will show the line chart, or if you wanted to customize it based on your particular charting thing, like a scatter chart or the bar chart or any kind of thing. If you wanted to perform those things, it can be easily visualizing those things. Okay, so these are all the basic concept or basic libraries of this particular Python, why you wanted to use this in the data analysis part. Okay, so first of all, we saw something like numpy, and then finally pandas, and then the last thing is matplotlib, right? So there are plenty of other things also available, like cbond. There are plenty of open source libraries are available in this particular Python concept. So that is why you wanted to use this particular Python for learning this particular data analysis concept. Okay, so just let's move back to our slides. Okay, okay, now we saw this demonstration. Like this is to give you idea how to process those things only, right? Okay, once you have an basic understanding of how to work in Python language and how to use all those things, you can easily able to use this particular Python language for all your data analysis process. Okay, so now finally, this is the final thing you wanted to understand before entering into this particular data analysis part. So finally, once you are became an expert in that particular data analysis part, what you will do as a data analyst, what you will be getting back to your table, or what is the numbers you are going to bring back to your table. That is what your idea will be, right? So that can be like 6 LPA to max 12 LPA for the freshers itself. Okay, so you can get up to this, and for the experienced person, they can max up to 22 or anything like that. Okay, so that is the numbers you are going to make. So finally, there is a poll time, that is poll 3 is going to come up. Please work into that.
Yes, guys, we have another poll on the screen. So here's the question. Find the odd characteristics of unstructured data. The option goes like no predefined format. Then you have an option of making it much more difficult to collect, process, and analyze. The third option says it can use SQL database. And finally, the last option is data include text, video, audio, social media, and satellite imagery. So key in the answer. Hopefully, we're looking forward to have all correct answers this time. All right, you still have time to answer this question. Um, just last few seconds left for the poll to end. All right, here we have the answer. 55% of us got this correct. So the correct answer, I believe, is it can use the SQL database. Right. Okay. Now I will hand over the session again to Veda. Veda, do you have something to add up to the session now?
Yeah, just yeah, that's it. So if anyone want to learn about this particular data analysis and then about this particular Python and all, you as a data analyst, you really wanted to understand what is the basics of Python and what are all the libraries which are going to present in day by day. Python language is getting updated, right? So many few versions are going to come in a day-to-day manner. So please get updated to that, and that's it. Then you can easily able to ace your problem statement as a corporate person or anything like that. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Perfect. Veda, meanwhile, what we'll do is I think we have a couple of questions here which we would like to take up towards, as we are towards the end of the session. So we have a question here which is like how to define format unstructured data.
See, first of all, unstructured data is a concept like there are plenty of inputs are going to be in there, right? So in an open world, in any company or in any of the company they are working on, there are plenty of data can be there, right? So in that particular format, you cannot define any unstructured data. See, if you are gathering plenty of data and you wanted to gather everything in one part, and then you want to analyze something while seeing that particular data types, it is in a different format, then you can label that as an unstructured data. That's it. You cannot create any unstructured data based on your, you cannot define something like in unstructured data. It is already present. You will be seeing that and then you will be labeling that as an unstructured. And of course, you know what, how to store that particular unstructured data in a database in a NoSQL format. And then there are plenty of databases available like MongoDB, Cassandra, or plenty of databases available. Then you can process out of it. So that is the basic thing of unstructured data. So most of the data science project or most of the data analysis project which is coming in will be in an unstructured data format only. Okay, so you wanted to learn those database languages called MongoDB and Cassandra. Okay.
All right. Veda, another question here is what is the difference between data science and data analysis?
Yeah, that is very good question. So first of all, you wanted to understand what is data science. Okay, so data science is in multidisciplinary concept. Okay, so first of all, you want to understand what is data science is. First of all, what is data science means? Like it is an combination of AI, ML, that is machine learning, DL, that is deep learning, and then you want to have a domain knowledge, and after that mathematical and statistical knowledge, and then finally the programming knowledge. So all these 6 concepts you wanted to master in that, then you will be becoming a data scientist. Okay, so first of all, answering to your question, as a data science, what is data science means? You will be having a data and you will be producing an solution to a company as a business person. So if a business person is coming in and you are a data scientist sitting in that particular company, if they are giving you some problem statement, as a data scientist, you will be analyzing all those data and then you will be giving that as a output or solution to them, right? So both the data scientist person and the data analyst will do the same. But what is the thing which I taught in this particular session is data analyst will analyze all the raw data and then he or she will be responsible for creating a model or a business model or a prototype model. Okay, that's it, that's their work. They will be visualizing those data to the customer or the data scientist. Finally, the data scientist, that part, what they will do is they will implement the machine learning technique or AI technique or deep learning technique, CNN, RNN, or ANN. There are plenty of deep learning techniques available. Okay, so they will implement all those concepts and then they will get the output out of it. So for that particular example, I tell you, right? So in Amazon, if that particular input is coming to you and it wanted to revert back all the users and then they want to purchase all these concepts, what the data analyst will do, they will get all those data and they will give the idea to data scientist. What data scientist will do, they will create a machine learning model and they will just help you to help the particular company to implementation part. That implementation part will be handled by a data scientist and data analyst. Okay, I hope I answered your question. So yeah, you can use Oracle data in Oracle DB in data analysis. When it is in a structured data, you can use this Oracle DB. Oracle is a database. Okay, you can use that.
All right. So, guys, I will leave you, for 2 minutes. I would rather give you more 2 minutes to, ask any question because Veda is still there with us. Meanwhile, I'll just give a quick introduction about Unikaksha. So, basically, Unikaksha is an upskilling platform that helps people from, IT and non-IT background to build career in IT industries. So basically, we have various courses as per the current industry standards, as per the employer's requirement that can help you land a job in a good IT company. As Veda mentioned just some time back, the average package that we have given, to people who have graduated from here is anywhere between 10 to 12 lakh, who have certified from here, rather, sorry, not graduated, but certified from here. The average package that we have given is 10 to 12 lakhs. The highest that we have reached up to 25 lakhs. Right, so we have various program. In case if you're interested, you can let us know so that somebody from our counseling team, either me or somebody else from the team, will get in touch with you. But then we can explain you and let you know what program will suit you as per your need. All right. So we will just launch a poll right now, just to understand how many of us would want to, discuss the programs and look forward for a counseling session from us. So the final poll goes this way. Is it like, do you want to know more about our programs? Either a yes or a no. If you key in a yes, we will definitely get in touch with you, understand your profile, and brief you accordingly as to what and how you can make a career in IT industry. So as mentioned, we have various programs. We first understand the profile of a candidate, basis the requirement, basis the background. We go ahead and, guide you in a manner which as to what course will suit you better, what is the step-by-step process, how you can land into IT industry. The poll is going to end in just some time, few seconds. Here we go. All right, thank you so much for that. Before we end the session, we'll just pick up the last question that we've just received. Veda, there's somebody who's asking which is the best MySQL or Oracle. I mean, is it MySQL or Oracle database to use in data analysis? Which one would be the best option?
Okay. Yeah, see, first of all, you want to understand the structured data and unstructured data. You are clear with that, right? So both this structured data will be worked in this MySQL and Oracle. So which is best, while we are talking about that, both are all will be handling the structured data, and only one difference, and that is the MySQL is an open source. Okay, so it is a free for use. It is not going to have it is not going to cost you much. Okay, as in any startup company or any of that company which are going to use any of the applications, then they can directly use that MySQL. Okay, because that is free and that is open source. But what is Oracle? Oracle is in commercial purpose licensed. So if you want to purchase that license, you want to pay something. So that is one of the difference. And one more thing, in data partitioning and those kind of things and all, you will be having a good advantage in Oracle only. So if something is in payable and something is free, there will be some difference, right? So in payable concept in Oracle, it will support many concepts like XML. It will supports that, and PLSQL. So more of the concepts which will be helping in this particular Oracle DB. So I prefer as an corporate person. If you are in corporate company, or if you are going to be start any kind of an startup, then you wanted to use the Oracle for any of the official purposes. Okay, so if you are a learner, or if you are an line in between as a developer, then you can use MySQL. So that is my recommendation. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So now, as we don't see any more questions here, we have almost answered all the questions that were raised in the session. All right. So we would like to thank you all of you for being a part of this webinar. I really hope it was informative and useful to you. All right, people who have keyed in yes, we will get in touch with you shortly, or else okay. Yes, you will get a certification. All your certificates will get mailed on your registered email ID. All right, so be rest assured you will receive a certification as soon as possible. All right. So yes. So thank you so very much for being a part of this session. We look forward to see you in next session that we have. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much.